Hello everybody, I'm back. JR Gaming with my straight run delivery track to all the houses in the area. Uh, this is the drop off area. It's in the distribution center. The way it's set up, if you're looking at it, you can pause it and look at it. I'll also swing around this side. You can see it some more. Okay, you can see the redstones on the redstone. Underneath that, obviously, is a torch. Okay, the hoppers all feed into this hopper system here. Track looks like that. Okay, I have added this to an existing engine I found online. That's set up as a comparator coming out of the hopper, going into a repeater, then dust, a repeater going the opposite way, and another repeater going into that comparator. And this works. It's been working for 15 hours now and hasn't broke or messed up. And then on top of that, I have added three half slabs, a solid block with the piston sticky, with a fence post on it to stop the cart, like that. Wow, I was right on cue. And then take back off again when it was done. So it's different than outside. In part one, I think I have the fence post extended and not backed out like this. And actually, I could put this engine on part one and it'd probably work, but I don't know. I'd have to try it out and find out. It might be part 6, part 7, part 8, I don't know. But this is part 2 of the 3-part series for the track delivery system. So that's long enough that you've seen that. There's a wow, it's 3 o'clock in the morning right now and I have a cold. There's a detector rail there going into a repeater, dust, and then that's how it connects to that. I like how that, I found that online one day. I was like, oh, that's cool. That would make me space so I don't have to worry about stuff sticking and blocking stuff and stuff like that. Or having monsters spawn on it or something like that. Okay. But this will be in your house, first floor. Second floor is the sorting room. Everybody in the whole world hopefully knows how to do this by now. They can find it online all over the place. I did not invent this. I'm glad somebody did invent this because this thing's awesome. It sorts all your items. And at the moment I have it set up so it sorts melon and pumpkin. And all I did was have the sorter go into chests, which go into more hoppers. You have to have them one away from the block or it won't work. You can power this block because that block power won't power that hopper. My melons and my pumpkins both flow through this thing, so I know it's working. Anything extra goes in this box. That's what all that junk is. I keep throwing everything in sight in the hoppers out in the world. Look what's in there. 64. I've thrown that many in the hopper to see if it would work, and it did. It dropped them all off right where I wanted them. So this would be the sorting room. So say, like, this is set up. I got pumpkins and melons. Pumpkins and melons, anything pumpkin and melons will go down in them hoppers. It'll go down to this room, which has got that engine on it. And that engine is almost the same as the other engines outside. The only difference is I've got 2 gold tracks in front of it, one on an angle. I've got the birch fence post back on there. I think that's birch, I'm not sure. But it's pretty light colored. But it's like for me, for the most part, the fence is like security to make the thing stop. That's about it. You don't really need it unless you think your thing's going to go flying by. If it's going to go flying by, you'll more than likely need 2 tracks on an angle going down. But then you risk it getting stuck there eventually later on, which is what's happening with my regular track that looks like this anyway out in my world. But only once every 15 hours, which I call a 100% success rate, because all I got to do is adjust one track every once in a while and everything will get delivered all the time. So anyway, to build this, you just go like this. You see how that's set up? It's real easy. This is like one of the easiest engines on here. And it's that design again, the back and forth pickup engine with some dust in the front of it. And if I throw the melons in there, I'll show you now, it working. It stays on. Then it turns off, loads it, then it turns back on. And shoots it off. It's really weird. So the track stays on. So, like I said, this thing works 95% of the time. and I like this setup so far the best. I haven't had but maybe a little bit of trouble with it, which is nothing compared to fighting with running around the entire area to drop everything off and make it all stay there and go, you know what I mean? Go put everything in the chest where you want it. This will go to the houses automatically when it's all complete and do it for me. And like I said in the part one video, um, I'll probably have one automatic house out in the world that'll be on the top that will be going to different houses, but the different houses will all have the machine that I'll show you in part three that has an item drop off and pickup at the same time so that it can deliver to multiple houses instead of just the same one over and over and over. That way it could be a loop instead of the back and forth track. This is what I designed. This is what I was trying to go for. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have fun. Enjoy building it. Have a good night.